Now, your certified most accurate four-zone weather with Chief Meteorologist Chris Suchan.
Yep. Well, he's feeling ill.
Ugh.
Eyes are red and itchy. Everything's gross.
Yeah.
Misery index is through the roof.
It's high.
It's high.
A lot of coughing in the usual.
And also there's allergies.
Well, that's just
That's
it. You know,
it.
sometimes you could confuse flu-like symptoms for being mountain cedar.
Yeah.
yeah,
so-
or just general misery.
Well, yeah, there's an assortment out there. It could
Yeah.
be general
I'm
viruses
kidding.
out there, right?
kidding.
But hey, listen, we want to focus on the mountain cedar count because the name of the game this time of the year are those cold fronts. Well, we had a strong one come through on Sunday with winds of 35 to 50 miles an hour, shaking those mountain cedar trees that we have up there. Of course, it's ash juniper. And you can see the count in recent days from Friday where it was heavy, over 3,000. Saturday, boy, it was up to almost 10,000 on Sunday. And then here you see the end result from that cold front pushing 12,000 grains per cubic meter. 12,000. That exceeds last year's count for the highest of the season. And, you know, typically the peak of mountain cedar season is the first 3 weeks of January, so it could actually go higher. So here we are today with a very heavy count. I expect a very heavy count tomorrow, and then it's still heavy. It may drop as the winds are backing off Thursday and Friday. But, you know, I mean, we're loading up on the allergy meds here right into the upcoming weekend. Need really a good rain event to flush the atmosphere. That's just not in the forecast cards. Our four-zone weather watchers checking in with a cool day. A lot of 50s here on the map. We do have Steve Kerr with 60 there in a Converse and Danny Bachhofer in Lake Hills 60 degrees. And if you're going to be out tonight, you know, I got the big bowl game here in town with TCU and USC. Grab yourself a coat. You know, it's going to be cold after the game in the 40s. And then dropping eventually tonight into the 30s. So the freeze warning does not include Bexar County. It's from Medina into Wilson, Karnes County. Would not include Guadalupe, Comal, or the Hill Country because you've already seen a freeze. So you've been discontinued from the freeze warning program from the National Weather Service. And Bear's still in it, but we're not expecting a widespread freeze in Bexar County from the Weather Service. So that's why Bexar County is not in that freeze warning. So tonight, I would bring the potted plants in. I'll be doing that at our home in North Bexar County, covering plants. No need for protecting pipes with this kind of cold. Of course, people and pets as well. On our Raul B. Rodriguez Law Weather Cam view, it's clear skies, although you see there is a batch of clouds way out west towards Uvalde. If we had extensive cloud cover, that would help tonight. The air is bone dry, extremely dry air with light winds. So this is a good recipe if we do not have cloud cover to see all the heat of the afternoon radiate back into space. It's what we call radiational cooling. I do feel that there could be a couple clouds late in the night that move in, but I'm just not so sure that's going to be enough. And you can see that here through the night into tomorrow morning. So that's a mainly clear sky, and with that in mind, these temperatures are going to be really precariously close to a freeze in many cases. I'm going 34 in San Antonio. Bernie 31, Kerrville 31. There could be a couple upper 20s up here. Hondo, I'd plan on a freeze near Pearsall, Pleasanton, Gonzales, Seguin, New Braunfels. Just be safe here, and I would bring those potted plants in here for the night tonight. And you can see in around Bexar County, pick out your favorite spot here on the map, and there will be a light freeze for a number of communities in around Bexar County, while some of you are only 34, 35. So your day tomorrow, it's 34. We'll go to 66, mostly sunny. And the trend ahead, next weather makers, that big surge in warmth, 85 on Friday. Then we do have a very weak front that will come through over the weekend and drop those temperatures. And by the way, we look at the 7-day forecast here. You know, just want to point out for Wednesday, if you're going out to celebrate SA downtown here to ring in 2026, the new year, plan on a midnight temperature of 48 degrees. So a little chilly, seasonably chilly weather. Otherwise, that 7-day forecast, it is warm once we clear tonight and tomorrow, and there's no rain in that 7-day forecast. Western zone, I mean, you're near 90 on Friday, then the 80s and 70s over the weekend. The Hill Country, a freeze tonight, then you're into the 80s briefly on Friday, 70s for the weekend. Here's our Eastern zone extended forecast. Guys.